There's a charity website that links stray and homeless pets with families across Australia, and the founder of that charity website is Michelle Williamson. I'm talking about PetRescue.com. Michelle, PetRescue.com has helped how many animals in the last 4 or 5 years?
Oh, hi, Liz. We've helped rehome just a little over 26,000 animals since we started in 2004.
How many? 26,000?
26,000.
That's unbelievable. Why did it come to you, this idea?
Well, PetRescue.com.au started when I was working at an animal shelter, and at that stage not a lot of animal shelters had websites. And the way Pet Rescue works is that all the shelters in Australia can get on there, they can start an account, and then they can start listing their animals.
So anybody could access PetRescue.com anywhere in Australia, and they can find a shelter that's convenient to them that might have just the perfect pet they're looking for.
Absolutely. By being able to sort of search shelters all around your area, that means you obviously don't have to get in the car and drive to the different shelters, and that information is constantly updated by the shelters themselves. So the information on there is always lovely and up to date.
And how can you make sure that the pets are in good condition? I mean, no, that sounds silly, doesn't it? But how can you make sure that the pets are well looked after and they're going to get to you and be happy and be a wonderful addition to your family?
One of the best things about rescue groups over other sources of pets is they're really, really interested in finding these animals homes for the rest of their lives. So part of the process will be an interview process where they'll ask you a few questions about what your lifestyle's like, what you're looking for in a pet, what your expectations are, and they actually help you match yourself to a really great pet that suits obviously all your requirements.
Oh, look, that's such a wonderful thing to hear. You hear so many stories about people buying pets for gifts for kids sometimes or families that it's just not appropriate, is it?
I mean, having a pet is such a big responsibility, but it's also such a great joy. And one of the things that has been so great about working on the site is seeing pets come in that have obviously had the wrong owner to begin with. And they go onto the site, we get to know who they are, we get to find out all about them, and then we also get to hear all about their new lives with perfect families that absolutely love them and write to us and say, we can't believe you ever ended up in rescue.
What kind of animals do you have on Pet Rescue? I mean, is it just dogs and cats, or is there the whole catastrophe?
We have dogs and cats, obviously, are our main animals, but we also have an other category, and under that we've had chickens, and we've had goats, and we've had guinea pigs. There's plenty of guinea pigs on there.
And so, therefore, if somebody's looking for something particular, something a bit special, then there's a good chance that you'll be able to help them.
There's obviously many, many animals in rescue and all sorts of animals as well. So if you're looking really for any kind of animal, whether it be a purebred or a mixed breed or whatever your requirements are, generally most animals you can find in rescue.
Now, most shelters, when they have animals, they're desexed, aren't they?
Yeah, that's very, very important, and most genuine rescue groups that you deal with will desex their animals before sale, and that obviously helps reduce the overpopulation problem, and it also reduces a lot of the problems that people have with their pets generally, so desexing is really important.
It's really about responsible pet parenting, isn't it?
Definitely, as along with microchipping and just generally being a conscientious owner. I think there are a lot of pets bought on impulse, and that's where rescue really can help, because they can actually take your expectations and give you a realistic view of what it's going to be like to be a pet owner. Sure.
What happens if someone does get a pet and their circumstances change through no fault of their own, and they find that this just isn't working for them for whatever reason, they need to move interstate or overseas? What can they then, it sounds dreadful, isn't it, take the pet back again if necessary?
I mean, people's situations do change, and I mean, that's why we have shelters. They're there to shelter animals. So probably the best thing you can do is actually, before you get to the point of surrendering your animal, consult your local shelter for advice. So whether that be because you need to go overseas and they can help you work out what you should do with your pet, they might be able to help you take it with you. They're just really a resource that you can use for lots of different things.
So it's more than just finding great people to adopt the right pet.
it's more than that. They can really be a resource for the life of your pet, which is really, really important.
How long are pets on the website for as a rule, or is that just not possible to say because it varies so widely?
Well, the things in rescue happen quite quickly. So generally the pets are only on there for a few days before they're rehome, which is great. I mean, we love seeing pets go up and come down in the same hour. That's brilliant. But yeah, things in rescue happen quite quickly. So we've got over 2,000 animals on the site at the moment, so there's lots to choose from.
Yeah, okay. Now, how do people get to be involved with PetRescue.com if they want to?
Well, certainly you can visit the website, which is obviously www.petrescue.com.au. One of the best things people can do to help us, which helps us a lot, is just spread the word. The more people that obviously know that the Pet Rescue resource exists, the more homes we can find, and then sort of the more lives we can save.
And obviously animals are really important to you, Michelle.
Absolutely. I'm a pet lover. I very much am, but I think rescuing is one of the most satisfying things you can do. People sort of talk about rescue being very sad, and I'll be too sad if I visit the shelter, but it's actually, when you get there, it's not that at all. It's these really great pets getting a second chance, and it's just brilliant.
Have you ever had the situation where a pet simply can't be rehoused?
Certainly, rescue takes that very, very seriously, and that does happen. There will be animals that aren't safe to go back out into the community, but that's where rescue groups, they're professionals. They perform a really important service of making sure the pets that come in, they'll be vet checked, they'll be dissexed, and then they'll also be temperament tested, which weeds out those pets that aren't suitable to go into new homes. So part of that process is also finding out all about that particular pet's personality and its requirements for its new owner. So you'll get quite a lot of information about your pet.
And Michelle, all this amazing work you've been doing over the last 4 years has found you being nominated for the Young Woman of the Year Awards. Yeah,
which is just brilliant because it's brought a lot of people to the site, and so that's brilliant.
Well, that's all culminating in November, isn't it?
It is, yes. And so, I mean, it's been great to be nominated because it gives you lots of exposure and sort of reaches people that we can't necessarily reach through the internet.
Well, you're obviously doing a wonderful job, and I wish you all the best, both with PetRescue.com and the Young Woman of the Year Awards.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, good talking to you, Michelle.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Michelle Williamson is the founder of PetRescue.com, and they rehouse pets with the help of various shelters around Australia. If you're looking for something special, you just want a pet, this is maybe an avenue you might like to explore. You can visit www.petrescue.com.au. That's www.petrescue.com.au.